My name is Gio Campagna, and I'm an ophthalmologist at Fredericksburg Eye Associates. We'd like to provide you with a little bit more information about cataracts and cataract surgery so you feel a little bit more confident about your preoperative consultation. There's a lot of information online, and it can be rather complicated and overwhelming at times, and we're hopeful that this video will simplify and clarify some of the nuances of cataract surgery for you. What is a cataract? A cataract is a clouding of the natural lens that typically occurs over time. However, sometimes there are conditions that can predispose patients to earlier cataract development, such as diabetes. Sometimes certain medication usage can accelerate cataract formation, and sometimes injuries to the face or to the eye can cause a cataract. But typically, cataracts develop over time. A cataract becomes visually significant when it starts to affect the way you see every day. Some of the common symptoms include blurry vision, dull vision, or washed out vision. Sometimes people can get double vision from cataracts. Some of the more common symptoms include increase in nighttime glare and halo, particularly with oncoming car lights. And if these symptoms are starting to become more bothersome for you, then it may be in your best interest to speak with your ophthalmologist about the possibility of having cataract surgery. How is cataract surgery performed? We typically perform cataract surgery in an outpatient surgical setting, and here in Fredericksburg, we perform our surgeries at the Legent Hill Country Ambulatory Surgical Center on Milam. During surgery, you'll have an anesthesiologist with you the entire time, keeping you comfortable, but the procedure in general is pretty well tolerated and generally only lasts about 10 minutes. For most patients, the anticipation of surgery is far worse than the experience of surgery itself. During surgery, we remove your cataract and replace it with an artificial lens, a man-made lens that's made of plastic. It will stay there and help you to see well for the rest of your life. And typically, patients are seeing much better within the first day, although sometimes it can take a couple of days to heal. Before we talk about lens options, there are two topics we need to briefly cover that are really important to understand. One of those topics is corneal astigmatism, and the second topic is zones of vision, the three different zones of vision. Corneal astigmatism refers to warpage of the cornea, and it affects your vision. Many of us correct our astigmatism with glasses or contacts, but when you develop a cataract, it's important to consider correcting your astigmatism because if you have astigmatism, it will affect the way you see, even after cataract surgery. A cornea with no astigmatism is shaped like a basketball. It's perfectly round. But a cornea with some astigmatism is shaped more like a football, where one curvature is a little steeper than the other. Some patients have no corneal astigmatism, but many do. And if you have a small amount of corneal astigmatism, then you may be interested in having that astigmatism treated at the time of surgery, and the way we typically treat small amounts of corneal astigmatism is with a procedure called a limbal relaxing incision, or an LRI. This is a targeted incision that aims to flatten that steeper curvature of your cornea and turn it into a normal spherical shape. If you have moderate or even large amounts of astigmatism, then we have to build the astigmatism correction into the artificial lens itself, and that is what we call a toric intraocular lens. There are three practical zones of vision. One is distance vision. Typically, we think of this as anything beyond 6 feet from our face. That would include your driving vision, watching TV, playing golf, hunting. The second zone of vision is what we call intermediate vision, and that's typically about 2 to 3 feet from your face. So think about your dashboard or your computer. The final zone of vision is your near vision, which is typically about 1 foot from your face, and that includes reading a book, reading a smartphone, tablet, or looking at a menu. What lens should you choose for cataract surgery? This is a very difficult question to answer, and it is often unique to each particular patient. One thing to keep in mind is that there is no perfect lens. There are pros and cons to every option, and our job as ophthalmologists is to help walk you through your options, determine what's suitable for your eye, and help you to understand what the pros and cons of each option are. This requires a very thorough and comprehensive diagnostic evaluation in our clinic, and sometimes it might require multiple follow-up visits so that we know exactly what you're looking to achieve with your vision and to improve the chance that we can give you a good outcome. A very common type of intraocular lens is called a monofocal lens. This is a lens that is targeted to give you good vision at one zone of vision. And typically, most patients choose to aim for good distance vision. So, if you are lucky enough to have no corneal astigmatism, and you choose a monofocal lens and aim for good distance vision, then your distance vision is going to be quite good. You should generally be able to drive, see the TV, go on a walk and see the trees without the need for glasses. However, you will need glasses for everything between your face and about 3 feet from your face. So you may need multiple pairs of cheaters for different activities. So cheaters for your computer and a different pair of cheaters for your phone. But monofocal lenses work quite well. They've been around a very long time and they provide really excellent optical quality. Keep in mind, if you have corneal astigmatism and you choose not to treat your corneal astigmatism at the time of surgery, then you may need to use bifocals 24/7 for your best vision. This is because if you have astigmatism and you don't correct it with surgery, then you may need that in the form of bifocals or progressives in order to sharpen your vision to your liking. Many patients like the idea of a monofocal lens, but they happen to also have corneal astigmatism that will affect their vision after surgery. And for many patients, the thought of reducing their need for bifocals or progressives can be very appealing. Also, with the rising costs of bifocals and progressives, many patients are incentivized to consider correcting their astigmatism at the time of surgery. So another option is to have a monofocal lens but correct your astigmatism at the time of surgery. So, for example, if you have a moderate to high amount of corneal astigmatism and you choose a monofocal toric intraocular lens and aim for distance vision, then your distance vision is going to be quite good. You really won't need glasses for driving, seeing the TV, or doing most of your distance needs. However, you still will need cheaters for everything up close. That includes reading your phone, reading a tablet, reading a menu, using your computer. Another category of lenses is called extended range of vision lenses or advanced technology lenses. And the purpose of these lenses is to help reduce your need for glasses both at distance and up close. There are two categories of extended range of vision lenses. These include multifocal lenses and EDOF or extended depth of focus lenses, and they are very different. Multifocal lenses allow patients to see well at all three zones of vision. This includes excellent distance vision, intermediate vision, and near vision. And in general, with these lenses, our goal is to help reduce your need for glasses for 90% of your daily activities. And most patients are able to function very well during the day with these lenses. They can drive well, they can use their computer, they can read a book or a phone or a menu without much assistance. However, these lenses do have some side effects, particularly at night. It is very common that patients with multifocal lenses might experience a faint ring or halo around street lights or car lights at night. Now, in general, these symptoms pale in comparison to the glare and halo that are caused by cataracts, but don't be surprised if you still have some unwanted visual side effects at night. That said, the vast majority of patients with multifocal lenses, in fact, over 99% of patients with multifocal lenses are happy with their vision and are thrilled to be able to function without glasses and prefer the trade-off of not needing glasses to the occasional nighttime optical side effect. Extended depth of vision, or EDOF lenses, are another form of extended range of vision lenses that are intended to give you good distance vision and very good intermediate vision. So in general, patients with these lenses can drive very well, they can see the dashboard very well, they can see their computer rather well without glasses. Some of these patients, however, do need some assistance, particularly up close with cheaters, but they gain some intermediate vision that does not come with monofocal lenses. Now, these lenses are very favorable at night with very minimal nighttime glare or halo, and certainly have less side effects than multifocal lenses, but don't quite give the same range of vision that a multifocal lens provides. However, extended depth of vision lenses, or EDOF lenses, are wonderful for most patients, and patients do very, very well. And as long as you're okay with using cheaters for very fine work, maybe reading a newspaper, then these lenses can give you quite a wonderful freedom from glasses for a lot of your daily activities. The light adjustable lens, or LAL, is a unique lens that's made of silicone and can be adjusted after surgery in the clinic with a UV light to focus your vision to your liking. This lens comes in a monofocal and an extended depth of vision or EDOF format, and it can correct your astigmatism. This lens is ideal for patients who've had corneal refractive surgery such as LASIK, PRK, or radial keratotomy, because those procedures can sometimes limit our ability to give you a precise outcome with traditional lenses. The light adjustable lens is very favorable from a side effect profile standpoint. Patients at night do not complain about nighttime glare, halo, or unwanted visual side effects relative to the other lenses. And we do strongly feel that in the Hill Country, patients really do benefit from silicone lenses because there's not much ambient light, and generally this lens performs very well in low light settings. This lens does have some drawbacks though. The post-operative regimen can be a little bit burdensome for patients in terms of the amount of follow-up that's required. There are about twice as many follow-up appointments that are required after surgery with a light adjustable lens because you may want to play with the focusing and the dialing in of your prescription after surgery. But some patients choose to play with what we call a monovision or blended vision strategy, where after surgery we make one eye a distance eye and the other eye a near eye to give you some range of vision. If you don't like it, no big deal. This lens can just be adjusted so both eyes see well at distance and you wear your cheaters for everything in between your face and about 3 feet. But this lens does require a little bit extra attention and some extra visits from patients. So if this is not something you're prepared to do, or if the benefits of using this lens do not outweigh the disadvantages and the burdens, then you may simply choose a different lens. What are the restrictions after cataract surgery? For 1 week after surgery, we generally ask that patients take it easy, try to avoid any heavy lifting or strenuous activity or any rubbing of the eye. But typically, patients can go out to eat, they can go for walks, and they can even drive if their vision is good enough. You do have to use post-operative antibiotic and steroid and maybe other non-steroidal drops a couple times a day for a couple weeks after surgery. And it is a good idea to sleep with a plastic eye shield over the eye for the first couple of nights after surgery so you don't accidentally rub the eye in your sleep. We typically separate the eyes by about 1 week, so we'll do your first eye 1 week and your second eye a week or two later. But most patients generally find that the recovery period is rather quick, and many patients can even return to work the next day or the day after surgery with limited duty restrictions. What are the risks associated with cataract surgery? Well, in general, cataract surgery is very safe. It's the most commonly performed surgery on the human body and the most commonly performed surgery in the world. That said, it is still surgery, and there are risks, and you have to decide for yourself if the benefits of doing cataract surgery outweigh the risks. In general, there are 3 categories of risk. One of those categories is an infection inside the eye. Another category of risk is damage to other structures inside the eye during surgery. And a final category of risk is the need for additional surgery or additional procedural intervention after your cataract surgery. Collectively, the likelihood of any of these complications is less than 1%. But they can be vision threatening and they are important to look out for. And we generally tell patients that surgery can wait until you're at a point where you're just simply not happy with your vision, and the benefits of doing surgery outweigh the risks. Some eyes are at higher risk of these complications than others, but generally most cataract surgeries go very well. Can artificial lenses be exchanged or swapped out after cataract surgery? Technically, intraocular lenses can be exchanged and new lenses can be placed inside the eye. However, this surgery is not as trivial as the original cataract surgery. It is often much more complicated with a much higher risk of an intraoperative complication or a postoperative complication. And again, it's really important that you be at the point where the benefits of doing a lens exchange outweigh the risks. Additionally, some patients have had what's called a YAG laser capsulotomy after their original cataract surgery. This is a laser procedure that's performed in the clinic, often to clean the lens implant or to remove some scar tissue on the back of the lens. If this has been performed, it can significantly increase the risk of a complication during a lens exchange. Can a cataract come back after cataract surgery? Technically, no, cataracts do not regrow. However, it is very common that there can be some opacities on the back of the intraocular lens that develop many months to many years after cataract surgery. Sometimes this is called an after cataract, but the medical diagnosis is called posterior capsular opacification, or PCO. Generally, PCO happens in most patients who've had cataract surgery. For some patients, it's as early as a couple months or 6 months out from surgery, and for some, it's many years later. If it does develop, it can cause some of the same symptoms that the cataract itself caused, including blurry vision, waxy vision, dull vision, nighttime glare and halo, or even double vision. If this happens, it's a rather easy fix. In the clinic, we perform what's called a YAG posterior capsulotomy to remove some of that scar tissue buildup and help to clean up the lens so that your vision is restored to the same quality and clarity that it was for the first couple of weeks or months after the original cataract surgery. Our practice makes every effort to give you a thorough and informative preoperative consultation so that there are no surprises after your cataract surgery.